He has to give me answers. Why did he do this to me? He ruined my marriage, my reputation, my life. He ruined me. Why? Adele first met Nolan about 5 years ago at a party of a mutual friend. And it didn't take much for them to click. They were perfect for each other. Nolan was an alpha male. He was ambitious. He was working as head of the marketing department at Pear. And Adele was beautiful, smart, presentable. Nolan could show off Adele to the society. And Adele too had a dream that someone rich, influential, and successful like Nolan could fulfill. She wanted to launch her own brand and design, on which she has been working since her college days. Adele and Nolan dated for a while and got married. But day by day, Adele started to realize Nolan has no interest in fulfilling her dream. Or somehow, it has always gotten delayed. And these days, he has been pressuring her for a child. But Adele has always felt, unless she goes a little forward in her career, she won't start a family. Recently, Pear was purchased by business tycoon Jonathan Campbell. And at the inauguration party, Adele was first introduced to Jonathan, Nolan's new boss. When I took over this company, I thought I scored the jackpot. But it seems you scored the jackpot much before me, Mr. Nolan. Excuse me? Your wife. She's so beautiful. I always thought of it the other way around. I thought I won the jackpot because I married the smartest man. Really, I thought I was the smartest man. Please, don't mind her. She's like that. In her eyes, I can do no wrong. But everyone in this party knows you're the man. You must be right, Nolan. A smart man like you wouldn't make wrong deduction. That day, Adele realized Jonathan had his interest in her. He was eyeing her during the whole party. About a month later, Nolan was assigned for a business deal to France, and Adele saw her perfect chance to launch her brand. Nolan, it's a perfect opportunity. Why don't you propose my idea to Mr. Campbell? I heard he funds small businesses. Sweetheart, I have a lot of things in hand. Then when will you do it? You know why I don't do it? Because your ideas aren't worth it. It has no potential. I never did anything because I didn't want to embarrass myself. So all this time, you were just playing me? No, I saved you from humiliation. That night, they had a big fight, and Nolan didn't have a choice but to leave in the middle of their fight. It's almost time for the flight. I'm going. Adele was devastated. She thought Nolan would be a big asset for her career. Ever since they started dating, She had a hope one day it would happen. But now, she knew it was never meant to be. And she can't launch her design by herself, because even money isn't good enough. You have to have connections. After Nolan left for his trip, Adele was all to herself. It was one evening, while she went to the supermarket, she happened to bump into Mr. Campbell. New in town? Yeah, I like buying my own snacks. Mr. Campbell at the supermarket. What a surprise. It was obvious. He didn't know what he was doing. No, that's not what you want to get. I like getting my fresh biscotti from the bakery across the street. It's the best in town. Really? Then how about a coffee with that? On me. Adele helped out Mr. Campbell with the shopping, and they ended up getting a coffee together and spent a rather good time. Since then, they started talking. Mr. Campbell had a thing for trying out different foods, and Adele would take him to new places in town. And in all this, one day, Adele thought she'd pitch him her idea. You should show me your design sometime. I actually have it with me right now. Wow, this is a very good idea. Might not be revolutionary, but it will have great demand in the fashion industry. Why didn't you start this before? I told Nolan, but he didn't see the potential in it. He wouldn't listen. Alright, you meet with my assistant, Laura. She'll help you. And the next Monday, Adele visited the pair's office, and the process began. She was so excited when she got to see her first designs in the making. She couldn't be more grateful to Mr. Campbell and decided to meet him. Thank you so much for everything. You don't have to mention it. It was all you. But there is something I wanted to tell you. What? Ever since I saw you at that party, I felt an urge towards you. You're not like other girls. You spoke with me, not trying to just praise me. Just think about Nolan. He's like the alpha everywhere. But that day, he got so nervous when you challenged me. So, what do you say? I don't know. That evening, Mr. Campbell had his way around convincing Adele. And they got into a relationship. But it was soon that Nolan returned. And everything got stressful. Adele was literally living a dual life, making excuses to Nolan, and secretly spending time with Mr. Campbell. And soon, Nolan started to get suspicious. He was no stranger to the rumors that something was going on with his boss and his wife. Adele was coming to the office, meeting him. Why? Did you meet Mr. Campbell? You pitched him your idea? What choice did I have? You were never gonna do it. Meeting him was a coincidence, but when I showed him, he did see the potential that you failed to see, and now he is launching my design. But you disrespected me. You went behind my back. Disrespected you? Who do you think you are? All this time, you deceived me. All these days, you kept me in delusion that you would help me out. But all you did was trap me. You disrespected me. Adele's relationship with Nolan was obviously over. As rumors continued, Adele was starting to feel uncomfortable. Jonathan, everyone is spreading rumors about us. Who knows what people are thinking? Why does it matter what people think? And anyways, when you'll be Mrs. Campbell, all these people will be desperate to be around you. Talking to Jonathan, Adele felt a little better. She realized he was serious about her. On the other hand, things weren't going well at home. Adele and Nolan continued to argue and fight until one night, Nolan blatantly blamed her for cheating on him. What is going on between you and Mr. Campbell? What do you mean? You know what I mean. Do you think everyone is fool? I can't believe you trust outsiders over your wife. If you can't trust me, then maybe we shouldn't be together. That night, Nolan and Adele ended up separating. He moved out, and they filed for a divorce. After the separation, Adele focused on her project. Her designs would be showcased at a fashion show. She worked very hard. And on the day of the show, she was more than excited meeting with famous brands and big people. But when it came time for Mr. Campbell to introduce her as the designer of the products, she was confused when he called the famous and successful designer, Irene Jenner, to take the spotlight. Irene gave the presentation and launched her designs. What is going on? At the moment, there was nothing Adele could do in front of all those people. After the show, she tried to get to Jonathan, but he simply left without acknowledging her. Adele didn't know what was going on, but her world was shattering apart. First her marital relationship, then her reputation, and now her dream crumbling right in front of her eyes. All this because of that one man. He has to give me answers. Why did he do this to me? He ruined my marriage, my reputation, my life. He ruined me. Why did he do this to me? You? What are you doing here at this time? Adele barged in, confronting him. Why? Why did you do this? It was all your plan. First you played a game with me and my husband. That night at the party, you got your eyes on me, didn't you? Adele. First, as for Nolan, he was a pig. You think he was loyal with you? Hiring female assistants? Going on those business tours? You think he was practicing abstinence? No, he was doing it everywhere. For a man like him, it really doesn't matter to me what goes on in his love life. As for you, who do you think you are? You think you're up to my standards? James? "20 years ago, when Adele was in high school, she was one of the most prettiest and popular girls. And James, he was one of the boys who had a crush on Adele. He was good at his studies and sports, but he was shy, very quiet. Is that Adele? Adele and James sitting in a tree. What does he even think of himself? He's nowhere up to my standards. Loser. Everyone in school knew about James's crush, and they always used to tease him about it. And Adele, she was just embarrassed and fed up by him. She hated James, and for the most part, never gave him any attention. Until the day she got into a fight with her boyfriend, Michael. What were you laughing about with her? Nothing. No, you were flirting with her. What, you don't trust me? Yeah, I don't trust you, because I'm not gullible. Well, if that's the way you think, this isn't gonna work out between you and me. If you want a guy you can control and keep under your shoes, why don't you go date James? You belong with someone like James. With James? This boy. Who does he think he is? He has ruined my life. Everyone looks down on me because of him. When Michael mentioned James, Adele couldn't take it. She felt insulted, and she felt enraged, as if everything bad that was happening with her was because of James. It was some time after the breakup. One night, Adele and the girls met up for a sleepover. Hey you guys, who wants to play Truth or Dare? When Adele's turn came, she picked Truth. Have you ever done anything naughty? Like, you know what I mean. Looking at the girls that night, Adele thought she used the opportunity to her advantage. She started sobbing, tears flowing from her eyes. Adele, what happened? I was in the bathroom at school, and James came in from nowhere, and he... What? James? We thought he had a crush on you, but we didn't know he was that sick. And from that night on, as things had to be, the girls spread the lie all over the school. And soon, this reached the guidance counselor. What happened? James, Adele cleverly pulled the act, and everyone believed the innocent girl. On the other hand, this meant severe consequences for James. First, everyone at school avoided him and treated him horribly. And as the faculty tried to investigate the matter, somehow things got worse for James. Did any of you see the matter, or anything suspicious? James always had a crush on Adele. He used to watch her all the time. His notebooks are filled with sketches of Adele. I think I saw him following her. James tried to deny all the allegations, but it was of no use. Although there was no hardcore proof, everything indicated otherwise, and James paid the price. He lost his scholarship, his reputation was ruined, and he was expelled from the school. James's parents were separated, and he was living with his father at the time. When his parents got involved, they were embarrassed themselves and disappointed in him. And this began another fight at home. You, the way you are, you made your son just like that. Despite his father wanting to support him, there was nothing he could say. James was devastated. He couldn't take the humiliation. And he did what no one expected. He took his own life. You did all this for James? But why? Who are you? Who am I? Jonathan was from a wealthy family, but he grew up very lonely. His parents never had the time for him. And Jonathan practically grew up in the house of James. Jonathan went to a private school and didn't have any friends. It was one day in the 6th grade, he got into a fight at the park. "Hey Richie, how about you share some of your allowance with us?" "Get away from me." That day, when 4 other guys surrounded him, James took his side. Leave him alone. But James was no better than Jonathan. And both of them ended up getting beaten up. But that was the beginning of their friendship. James was like a brother Jonathan didn't have. They were best friends, and they would always be together. Even James's father became like family for Jonathan. The day you said he took advantage of you, I knew for a fact you were lying, because James was with me. He didn't do anything like that. He wouldn't do anything like that. But no one trusted James except for me and his father. After James took his own life, I kept in contact with his father, and slowly we started to move on. I eventually graduated and focused on the family business. And after all these years, I saw you at that party. You were happy, married, successful, while James lay in his grave. You took a brother from me, a son from a father. You deserve far worse. It's true. That one lie took a life, took a son from a father. And today, I have nothing, but I deserve far worse.
Click on the subscribe button and check out more awesome videos on our channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon because you know it's interesting.